If there's too much humidity in your laundry room, it could lead to mold growth and other problems. And that's why inside your laundry room, there should be an exhaust vent above. But the problem is, a lot of people forget to turn it on. And that's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to install this automatic humidity sensor switch, which will turn on when it senses a certain amount of humidity and then turn off by itself when the humidity goes away. And just because we want the switches to look nice, I'm also going to install this regular Decora style switch right here to control the light, which is on the left, and the humidity switch that will be on the right. I absolutely love this switch. It's perfect for a laundry room because when you're running the washer, it gets really humid, and that humidity could cause mold to build up. And a lot of times, people that live in the house, they're gonna forget to turn on the vent. Well, this thing will turn on automatically, and also it'll turn off automatically, so you can just install it and forget about it. But just in case you're thinking about using this in a bathroom that has a shower, I don't recommend it because a lot of times, not only do you use the exhaust to get the steam out when you're taking a shower, but in a bathroom, you also use it to get rid of the odors or bad smells when you're, using number 2. And then if you're just using the restroom, then it's not going to trigger and turn on automatically. So I really don't like it for showers. It's perfect though for the laundry room. Okay guys, let's install this together. First, let's take everything apart. I like to use my power tools because it makes everything faster. But if you're not highly skilled with your drill and you don't understand how much pressure or how much torque to use, maybe you should use your hand tools instead. Now once I opened up this switch, I discovered that the builders wired this house using the backstab method, which means they didn't wrap the wire around the screw, and this is considered the worst way to wire a home. Every electrician will tell you to use the screw terminal and not the push-in. Now, if you're new to electrical, I highly recommend you turn the power off. Go to the main breaker and either shut off the whole power to your home or find out which one goes to this switch box and turn off that circuit. You can probably guess based on how I'm touching things if I turn the breaker off. But hey, play it safe and you do you. Hopefully you didn't forget which wires are the hot wires. You can use your pen tester to figure it out. Or it's kind of obvious because they're both tied together in a wire nut to supply power to each switch. And the 2 black wires by themselves, those are the switch legs. One goes to the light and one goes to the fan. Okay, this bare copper wire, which is the grounding wire, but also called the ground wire, that I can actually use it to ground both devices. So by folding it in the middle, I can put it on the ground screw for the light switch and then still have a tail long enough to go to the other device, the humidity switch. Now I'm going to strip the wire that's going to the light and place it under the clamp because this switch actually uses clamps. So I don't need to go around the screw because technically it's a mechanical connection that's being held down by the screw. It's not a backstab, which is just a pinch. That clamp is actually being pressed down mechanically by that screw. And as you can tell, I'm treating the wire like it's hot, which you should always do. That's good practice to treat the wire like it's hot. But and now we're going to put some tape around the terminals. And not that you have to, because this isn't a metal box. It's just there's times where I'll put the tape, because while I'm working on it, I don't want anything to accidentally touch what it's not supposed to touch, while I'm pushing the wires in. But don't get it twisted, you are not actually required to wrap tape around the switch, unless of course your boss tells you to do so. Okay, the light switch is done. Next, let's install the humidity switch. Now, if you read the instructions, it says to remove this green cover off this white wire if you have a neutral present in your switch box, which I do have neutrals here. Okay, so I've tied my neutrals together and I pushed them into the back. And I looked at the back of the humidity switch and I looked on the instructions, and it didn't really signify which of the 2 black wires in the back of the switch, which one is the hot and which one goes to the switch leg. So I'm just going to randomly guess in this situation and see what happens. Because usually the manufacturer will identify what wire goes where on the device or in the instructions. And it's very possible that it doesn't matter. And that's why the manufacturer didn't identify it. Now the ground wire or the silver wire or the silver looking wire coming from the switch is going to tie into your ground wire, the copper wire. And normally, yeah, there's a specific reason why you would do things in a specific order, but when the power's off, it doesn't really matter, it's irrelevant. Of course, if you're an apprentice, it doesn't hurt to follow the hot, neutral, ground, and then the ground, neutral, hot that they usually tell you to do. But you really need to know the reasoning behind it. Oh wait, oops, I almost put this thing in upside down. Now I left my settings on the factory settings, but do you see this QR code here at the bottom? You can scan that with your phone and check out how to adjust the settings such as the sensitivity level and other things. The holes that sense the humidity, they go here on the right hand side. And next we put on our 2-gain Decora cover, the premium non-breakable. Now you can always turn it on manually and turn it off manually, but I did test this out myself and it does turn on automatically and then turn off automatically. If you want to get yours, I'll leave a link in the description below. But hey, have you ever been working on some wires and wondered, is the power actually off? I mean, let me ask you, do you actually really know if the power's off before you touch it? Well, click on this video right here and learn how to really know if the power is off.